Okay, so this is going to be my first video for YouTube. Also, my very first EDC video. I know there's probably 1,000 of these things out there, but I just think they're very interesting. I like to see what systems and different items that people have that work for them, and all this is meant to do is serve as an example of what works for me on a regular basis. This is my off-duty EDC. I'm not in law enforcement. I am a firefighter EMT. And this is what I carry when I'm not on the job. So any questions, feel free to chime in after the video. And we'll just get started. Normally, excuse me, I would have a watch on me. But about 2 months ago, I was in a car accident where I was almost killed. And this watch is just a cheap Casio. I've had it for a few years. I'm not even sure which model it is. But it's worked pretty good. But it's still caked in blood. It's got some tree bark in there. The thing was about wore out to begin with. Now I just haven't got around to replacing it. I was thinking about getting a Casio G-Shock. So I just have to find a model that works for me. There's a lot of different models out there. I'll have to just keep doing some research and see which one I think is going to work best for me. But that's a watch. Keys are pretty simple. I don't like a lot of keys. I don't like a bulky keychain. I have the key fob for the car key, the apartment key, and the mailbox key for my apartment, and a little points card for our local grocery store. Nothing too complicated. Been thinking about getting one of those little CountyCom, the flexible steel wire keychains. Those look pretty cool. The wallet. I don't like a bulky wallet. It's a Maxpedition Micro wallet. It's pretty thin. It's very lightweight, but it's tough nylon material. Holds all the essentials, a little bit of cash, all the cards, the identification, EMT cards, and concealed weapons permit. I don't like to load a wallet down with a bunch of unnecessary stuff, business cards, and this, that, and other. So that's just the wallet. Typically, I have a pin on me. It's just a habit for work. Every successful person should have a pin on them. It's just a black zebra ballpoint pen. Not sure which model it is, but I just like this is what I like. This is what works for me. I buy these things in bulk. Starting with the front right pocket. Oh, and by the way, the keys back right pocket. Wallet goes in the back left. In the front right pocket, I have a Buck Vantage. There's not a lot I can say about this knife except it's pretty awesome. I've thrashed on mine, the blade's chipped in a couple places. But if you want a really good review on this knife, I can make a separate video. Or Nothing Fancy, you can check out his review and a couple others. They have really good reviews out on YouTube already for this knife. It's just a good everyday thin lightweight knife. Also in the front right pocket, a Leatherman Juice. It's the Juice S2 with the scissors. That's why I wanted this thing, was for the scissors. It's a pretty good multi-tool. It's light, it's small. I have pretty big hands, but you know, it fits in the palm of your hand. Rides pretty well in the pocket, no problem. In the front left pocket, first thing we have is a flashlight. This is the Quark AA Squared Tactical. It's a LED 2 AA powered flashlight. Has several different lumens, outputs, modes, and settings. Again, Nothing Fancy did a really good and extensive review of this flashlight. I took this flashlight over the Phoenix LD20 just because it has a smoother bezel. I've had the crenulated bezels or the strike bezels before, and they're pretty good at tearing up pockets. But this flashlight is an affordable flashlight with a lot of quality. I have a couple Surefires that are pretty expensive, but for a good, small, compact, everyday flashlight, this AA powered LED is it's pretty awesome. It's hard to beat. Also in the front left pocket, magazine for the Glock 19. It's a 15 round magazine. I live in the upstate of South Carolina. I'm a free state. The magazine is loaded with 15 rounds of the Hornady Critical Defense 115 grain. Really considering upgrading or changing over to the Speer Gold Dots, one of the variations of the Gold Dots 115 grain or the 124 grain plus P. But so far, I haven't had any trouble at the Hornady Critical Defense. Just the more research I do, the more I like the Gold Dots. Spare magazine with the flashlight in the front left pocket. It rides pretty well, pretty compact. I'm looking at getting a some kind of pocket sheath to keep this magazine covered. I'm just not sure who makes what and what's going to work for me. I may make something up of my own, maybe sew something up of my own, just to keep that magazine covered while it's in the pocket and keep it straight up. And that magazine is, of course, for the Glock 19. Let me get it out of this holster so you can see some contrast here. This is a Generation 4 Glock 19. I got this new for a pretty good deal. Perks of having a SLED security card, I guess. I was able to get a discount on this weapon. I've got almost right at 1,000 rounds through this gun. I've had 2 issues with the firearm. Both of them were failure to ejects. Failure to feeds. Both times I was not shooting the weapon when the weapon malfunctioned. I've never had an issue shooting it. There was a recall on the recoil spring for this initial. After I initially purchased it, I contacted Glock. They sent me a new spring out. I put it in. I never had a problem with the old spring. Never had a problem with this spring. It's all stock. I am looking at getting into some XS big dot sights. I really like the look of those sights, but for now it's just riding stock. And this is safety checked to ensure that it is loaded. Yeah, I said that right. My guns stay loaded. It's okay. You're not gonna get injured sitting behind your computer. It's also loaded with the Critical Defense. There is one in the chamber. And that rides in a Nate Squared Tactical or N82 Tactical holster. This is their professional model. Really, really like this holster, guys. This holster is very comfortable. It completely isolates the gun, doesn't let the gun rub against your body. And the texturing on that Gen 4, that can really rub you raw. But with this holster, it's very comfortable. The Yankee Marshall and a couple others have great reviews on these holsters. Small American-made company. Right up there with my brothers in the north of North Carolina. Just a great holster. There's not much I can say about it that hasn't already been said. So we will put that away. On my belt, I don't carry a lot on my belt. This is just the holster for the iPhone, the OtterBox for the iPhone that I'm filming this with. That's why the video quality is probably subpar, but that just rides on the left side of my belt. This holster is inside the waistband. That's on my right side, kind of like a 3:30, almost 4 o'clock position. And to hold all this crap up, carry the 511 Tactical Operator. I think it's the 1 3/4 belt. It's very, very stiff, very rugged. I wear a belt similar to this for when I'm on duty, but this is my off-duty belt. And it's a great belt, double thickness, very stiff, doesn't fold over, does a good job of supporting the weapon and the weight of the equipment. And that's what I normally carry off-duty. I may do a video for my on-duty EDC, and if you guys would like a further review of any of these products, just let me know, and I can go into some further detail with some information, a separate video, something on its own to give more information and more details about it and how it's worked for me. So that's just my that's my EDC.